cities all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
And I approve this message. Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby, win, baby, win, baby. We are the Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby, win, baby, win, baby. Don't need no invitation. We are that Raider Nation. We rock that black and silver. We make them shake and shiver. We make them reconsider. And we still committed. So if you want a piece of this, you can come and get it. Touchdown, touchdown. Let's throw a bomb on first down. Let's throw a bomb on every down. First we score, then we clown. Having fun, look around. Nobody loud as a Raider crowd. Nobody proud as a Raider crowd. NFL, how you like me now? We gon' do this open style. Nothing but action. I'm Bo Jackson, hit the hole. Run you over, goal line. Jumping over, going crazy. Lose your soul, lose your mind in the black hole. Here's the goal, Super Bowl. And everybody here, get the goal. Don't need no invitation. No. We are that Raider Nation. Yeah. We rock that black and silver. We make them shake and shiver. We make them reconsider. And we still committed. So if you want a piece of this, you can come and get it. Oakland Raiders.
What up, Raiders? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome, fam. How is it? What up, my dog? Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
What's up?
My co-host James.
Shout out to all my people that was in here early. Shout out. Let's see. Shout out Nav Man. Shout out Sacktown Raider Mike.
Hey, Sacktown Raider Mike. Always the
shout out. Shout out Rosetown Native. Shout out LV Raider 10. Shout out NE Raider Boosters. I'm trying to make sure I get everyone here that was early.
Hold on. First of all, Jay, your time is not valuable, bro. We already know this, okay? You spend half the time playing that battle.
Shout out Silver and Black Radio Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? What up, chat? What up? We got Navman, we got Sacktown, we got New England Raider. Ooh, oh shit, man! Las Vegas Raider, Rosetown Native. What's going on? What's going on, big dog? Man, you know what? I left my shit in the car. Let me see if I can get my goddaughter to get it from me. I left it in the car trying to get out here in time. Raider Paul, what's going on, big dog? Silver and Black Radio Podcast, what's going on? I hope some of you have already found our boy James on Instagram. Make sure you hit him up. Keep that chat going for the Black Hole Military chapter. You know what's going on with that. So what's up, man? How you doing?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm doing pretty good, man. Just chilling. Hey, we're ready, man. Hey, 4 weeks until draft day, brother. 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Until draft day, we're ready.
We're getting there. We're getting there. You know, the latest news, the latest note is what we finally got somebody that you got a little excited about, right? We finally got Devin White.
No. We didn't just get Devin White. We finally got a win. We finally won.
Finally, we got a win. Please explain to me why this is the win, big dog.
I think this is a win because I think Devin White, obviously, he had a little bit of a setback, but I think Devin White, I think we got him on a pretty affordable deal. I think he's going to play hard, trying to resurge his career. And if he plays enough worth it, I think he could. There is a possibility he could see an extension. I think he'll be a great mentor to Landon Roberts, who, like I said, I felt was a LB2 for our team when he came in from the beginning. So I think he'll be able to kind of help mentor Roberts, and I think him and Roberts both being kind of younger guys can possibly create a nice tandem.
Oh, okay. So now with White, you're more confident with Roberts now that we got White? Yeah.
Because okay, I'm not saying Roberts can be good, but he ain't good enough to wear that green dot, buddy.
Okay, all right. Our boy, other boys in the house. What up, Tron? What up, big dog?
What up, guys? How we doing?
Good,
what's
good.
up?
How about you, Pedro? How you doing, Pedrito?
Good. We're here chilling, you know.
You know, we built the pyramids, eh?
Hell yeah. No, that goes.
And I was just asking James. I know not much news, but we did finally sign another linebacker. We signed Devin White. James finally has a dub on his free agency list.
Jeremy Chin was my first dub, but
yeah,
Jeremy Chin was a win. Yeah, Jeremy Chin was definitely a win, but yeah, like I said, I just think Devin White. I was real worried about that linebacker position without a more notable name there. So I feel pretty good. As long as I still think we need to draft someone.
Yeah,
I still think we need to draft a linebacker. If we could still draft a linebacker, I think we could be set up pretty decent.
When you say draft someone, are you thinking higher up, later rounds, like in what area?
If you want what I'm thinking we should snag Carson Schweizner from UCLA about round 2.
That's what homeboy was saying. Yeah, Schweizer. Yeah, Albie loves him some Schweizer. He does.
And he's a West Coast guy, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know when I did the little mock draft with Rundown last week, I ended up drafting one of the ends from UCLA. UCLA's got some players, bro. They've had some dogs on that defensive side of the ball.
They do.
Yeah. I know last year, was it last year or the year before when they had Latu? Latu was one of them guys that was out there that was fucking like a dog out there. So definitely was good to hear. It was funny about Devin White because I've actually been wanting them to sign him for a couple years now, right? And then he went to Philly. He got cut. Rather than Houston. Obviously, I like his upside. I really do like his upside, his speed, his ability. Obviously, he's taken step back as a linebacker play. You know, he hasn't been the same that he was when they took him in Tampa. But I think that's going to go on to one of the things that I've been learning more and more about Pete Carroll is the type of players that he's bringing in, him and Spytek. You know, they're trying to bring these dudes. A lot of people are complaining about these one year prove it deals, right? But to me, it's like they're trying to see what they can get out of these guys. You know, not just trying to fix this team with big names. You know,
I think when you look at it, I mean, and I have to be honest, right? I mean, there's, like I said it was a free agency snooze fest, and there were some moves I wasn't particularly a big fan of. But
yeah,
at least those moves for them to be 1 year deals, 2 year deals. I mean, I can only be so mad at that, right? I mean, because it's not like you gave him a multi-year, high dollar amount.
Right.
So I can only be so you can only be so upset about that because you get to a point where the cap is so low that if you had to move on from him from any of those players, I mean, would it really be that big of a deal? Probably not. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, and I like the fact I've noticed this free agency. There's a lot of spending. Some dudes are getting overpaid, right? And I love Morik. I like Morik. I didn't say love. I like Morik, but to me, he's not worth $50 million as a safety. I'm sorry, it wasn't.
Well, it's very contrary to what we used to do.
Yeah,
we used to overpay a lot of guys and end up, and then people would get mad because we overpaid him. Oh, he wasn't worth that anyways. And now people aren't. Some people don't like the fact that it's a bunch of 1 year contracts, but like
it's kind of like damn if you do, damn if you don't. Type shit.
Yeah, well, I like the 1 year just because.
Yeah,
like White didn't make it up in Philly, so it makes you wonder what was going on in Philly that he didn't make the cut.
Right, and I think that was one of my concerns with White because I know when I was talking to somebody else about it, it was like, oh well, our D line can help. He has that the D line up front that can help protect them, get him to more be able to come up on the line and stuff. Didn't he have a good D line in Philly?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm wondering like what happened in Philly that didn't work out. But obviously, too, there's other aspects that go into it.
There's a lot. There's a lot
of team meshes, the coaching. Yeah.
I just from what I remember, like when he first got released, I was trying to figure that because I wanted him when Philly signed.
What up, AR? What's going on?
So when Philly signed him, I wanted him to come over. Obviously, we didn't get him. Philly got him, and I was like, okay. And then when I saw that he wasn't playing, and wasn't really playing much, and they were like, oh, they just released him. I was like, okay, what was going on in Philly that he wasn't making the starting lineup pretty much because it wasn't like he wasn't healthy. He just wasn't making that starting lineup.
Yeah, he just wasn't making that starting lineup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was. I guess he wasn't up to par to what they wanted. I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
the other guys were playing instead. So I was like, okay, we knew what he brought to the table because I wanted him. I think he was part of the draft that I kind of wanted to draft him instead of taking whoever we took. I think I'm trying to remember, but when he was good in Tampa Bay, so I was like, okay. I was all right. You know, I think we passed him. I was kind of like, damn. Right. You know, and we tend to do that a lot. We'll go past like Carter and stuff like that. You're like, damn it. You know,
oh my God! Don't even get me started on Carter.
there's a lot of stuff that we usually pass up on and just doesn't work in our favor. The guys that we go with, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm hoping he comes in and it's a proven contract. You know, you got a lot of proven contracts with him, Kuntz, and a lot of other guys. And yeah, if they bring it to the table, then you can sign him longer. If not, then move on and maybe work on some younger guys.
Something, right?
Yeah. So
which
I'm okay with that.
Before we get to the next part, a part of the other news too was Renfroe came through the building, right? Seems like Renfroe's planning on making a comeback. So Hunter Renfroe was in the building. You know, he came to visit with the team. I know one other team he did visit with was Carolina as well. He has expressed interest. That's his hometown. Obviously, you know, he went to Clemson. That's where he would want to play as well. So he left Vegas without a contract. I did a poll. I did a bunch of stuff over the weekend on the Nation, and some of the Nation would love him to come back. You know, I got a lot of, oh hell yeah, I got my 13 still. Like I can't wait to rock it. Other people were like, man, no, 31 other teams didn't want him. Why do we want him now? Yeah. So it's kind of like mixed feelings as far as the return of Renfroe. But what about you guys, James? Like, how are you feeling about Renfroe if he was to come back?
I think they should have locked the fucking doors and kept him in there.
Like that?
No, I mean, when you look at it, right? Pete Carroll's going to play the field, right? He's going to. I think he wants to see if Renfroe's going to have another offer, because if he's not, then you're kind of. Renfroe's going to be kind of at the helm of whatever the Raiders give him. So the Raiders could give him like a vet minimum, but here you go. And he'll take it. You know what I mean? Because a couple mil is a couple mil, right? If you don't got no other offers, you got to take what you're given and then go out and pick your stats up. But I like Renfroe. I thought Renfroe had a lot of value. I thought he was pretty good during his time. I really just think Renfroe got ruined by the McNuggets regime. I think the downhillness of Renfroe under the McDaniels regime all started when Renfroe and Devontae Adams ran into each other in Arrowhead. I think that was the play that started the downhill spiral of his career.
Was
when they ran into each other? Remember when Devontae was going straight?
When Tay and Renfroe ran into each other?
And they were wide open, and then Devontae Adams decided to push the cameraman after the game.
Yeah. Mind you, that fucking cameraman was a little bitch too. Like, oh.
Even they're always milk it against stars.
You got to think about it this way: the cameraman gets to retire now. He ain't got to work ever again now.
Right?
They're gonna milk it. You know they're gonna milk it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I think too with Renfroe was a lot of the head injuries, because you remember that big hit he took when he fumbled the ball, the Arizona game. When we lost that one, when Kyler Murray had like a million years to throw the ball and then finally ran it in.
Isn't that when we jumped out to a large lead in the beginning?
Yeah, we were in a large lead.
It was one of those 24-0 games. It was one of those halftime games that we were winning and we lost at the end.
Yeah, one of the McDaniels fucking collapses during the McDaniels regime.
Because that was when he was running around, like he ran 20 yards away from the line of scrimmage, that ran up and just threw the most ridiculous, absurd pass.
Yeah, that was one I was fucking screaming, bro. Murray around, and then in all that, he just fucking basically trotted into the end zone.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous, dude. But yeah, Renfroe took a big hit in that one. There were a couple other games that season. He was out for a concussion protocol. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that went into it with Renfroe. Josh McDaniels being Josh McDaniels, right? You got to run certain routes in his system. You got to be at certain spots. Renfroe seemed more of the street ball ad lib type receiver when it came to routes. You know, he did some nasty ass routes and would break people's ankles, but it was just different in the way they played. So definitely be curious to see if Renfroe does make a comeback. I, for one, would be fucking open to it. You know, Renfroe, we could use help in the receiving room. it's not like we're gonna lose a good receiver if we add Renfro to the fucking room. You know, you look at who's in our room right now. It ain't much in there right now, anyway. So.
Here's what I think. Right, I think because arguably, right, we have a lot more. I mean, we need wide receiver, but we have much larger needs in the draft than wide receiver. Because I would like, with some of the negativity around him, I don't really see the Raiders going for T-Mac right now.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think the first round is between two players for us, and I honestly think it's either going to be Shedeur Sanders or Ashton Genty. You know what I mean? Just straight up. I think it's really that simple. It's going to be one of those two. I don't really see it being anybody else. And then, you know, with the linebacker, and then we still need to get some guard help. We at least need to draft at least one guard in this draft.
Some interior lineman help for sure.
Interior lineman.
Yeah. So I would say Renfro would be good if we're not going to be able to land a strong wide receiver. I would say if we could land Renfro and maybe late round draft, go ahead and let UNLV's Ricky White stay. Let him come back to Legion Stadium in the silver and black. I think that could be a good addition.
He would like to be a Raider. I
like the idea of Ricky White, and those are the kind of, to me, even though he's not the number one guy on the market, those are just guys that are good to have in the locker room. With your team.
Yeah. What about you, Chon? I know you've always wanted to rock that. Did I say
that 13? You know what I remember when we went to the practices.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the Renfro.
Yeah. We saw.
I was like, damn, that's crazy. It's been a while. I don't know. Like for me, I think if we can get him for the league minimum, like the veteran minimum or whatever it is,
it wouldn't be no crazy big deal. Yeah,
I'd be all right with it. I'm not too fond of it because like he's been out and he hasn't played.
Yeah. You don't think he's washed?
I don't know. I have a feeling like that he might be. I think he might be done, but I don't know. You know, with the head injuries as well, and the fact that he hasn't played in over a year. It all adds up. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's why I say if it's a veteran minimum, I'll take him to see what he's got. But if he's not gonna, you need him to go out there, run some routes, and be productive. Obviously,
you think so.
Yeah. So I'd be all right with
the offense. Who knows what that would look like? You know?
Yeah, that's another thing too. That does it fit the offense like that in that way or not? Or
yeah.
Hey,
shout out to Raider Ryan. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you for the 5 free memberships. And once again, remember, if you are a member, you are automatically entered into the raffle for the Max Crosby jersey. All right, it'll keep going. So if you're not a member, go ahead and join. If you've just been awarded one, thank Ryan. But this is the jersey right here. It's the silver color rush, Max Crosby with the captain. And this is it right here. So for those of you who are members of the channel, you will be entered into the drawing, and then we will spin, and then one lucky member of the channel will go ahead and win that jersey. And that jersey comes in either white or black, so you get to pick which one you want. And I have from size large to 3XL. And Jeff, if you magically win, then we will go ahead and order you a special little, what I call Samoa special size jersey.
Samoa special.
We call those Samoa special. And the Nav Man, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. The top 5 players from the military. The first one that comes to mind is Staubach. Wasn't Staubach in the military, Roger Staubach?
Yeah, I got one. Ray?
Did you Google it? It's on your phone.
No. I got it. I got Pat Tillman. That's the one I was alive for.
Yeah. But I remember, Staubach was the first one that comes to mind.
I think Pat Tillman. I think Chad Henning.
America. Who?
I think Chad Henning.
Would you consider the dudes from the academy military like our safety?
I think I want to say that
from Air Force.
I want to say that's how that works. I want to say they were military at some point.
Right, because they do have to eventually.
I'm not completely sure how the whole school thing works. If I'm being honest, I have no clue.
They have to eventually serve, right?
Eventually,
serve.
Yeah,
they have to do it because I remember doing I remember that just because when my daughter was playing ball, Air Force was one of them.
Yeah.
And she didn't like the idea of having to serve after.
What about you,
So
Dad?
she was-
Man, who comes to mind when you think of the top military? The first one that came to my mind was Staubach. Yeah.
First one I thought was
And then
Tillman.
the other one I think of is an NBA. That's what's his name? David Robinson. David Robinson is the other one.
Yeah, David Robinson.
Yeah, he's the other one. But
I remember David.
Yeah, off the top of my head, those are the ones that are Shoot, right now there's 11 military veterans in the league.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's crazy.
I didn't know that.
I would not have thought that. Yeah, for real. Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that at all.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy. Mm-hmm.
I know the VA investigating their ass. Motherfucker,
man.
you're not injured. You're not injured. You're playing tackle football every Sunday. You're not injured.
VA, bro. Fuck, man.
He said he said Mike Anderson was in the Marines.
Who?
First. Mike Anderson.
Was he?
Look at the
fuck yeah, thanks.
But he said fuck the donkeys. He said fuck the donkeys.
Yeah. Do you have size not skinny? Nate, you're a little motherfucker. I'm gonna need you to stop including yourself.
Oh wow, that's a name I forgot about. Rocky Blair.
Rocky Blair, who's that?
He was a running back for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He was in the Vietnam War.
Oh, okay, Rocky Blair. Yeah, I didn't see him. I didn't know him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mike Anderson was a Marine. Okay. All right.
He said, but fuck the donkeys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Since he came up, and I just got to do it every time his name comes up. If Josh McDaniels, if you're watching this, big fat fuck you. Fuck you and fuck the New England fuck the New England Patriot Raiders.
Oh, like wait, where did that come from?
He took all the fools. He took all the fools over there.
Just fuck McNuggets, bro. Fuck that guy. When his name comes up, bro, it's just what you do, bro. Just gotta tell him fuck you.
Yeah. Did they end up taking all the people he brought in?
Oh shoot! What up, AR? Welcome, brother. What's going on?
I know all of them.
Wanted to stop by and say what's going on.
I know all of them, but like the ones
hey, your country was named on the list today, AR, that I saw. So there was a list going around of team rights of certain countries, and the Raiders were on Australia, and then they were on some other Mexico as well, and a couple other countries. But there was like 2 other teams that were under Australia. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I saw that. I saw that.
I think I saw that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So people thought it was a list of where the Raiders are gonna go play. So they're like, "Oh shit, the Raiders are going to Australia," and I was like, "No."
That's so like they have big markets or something like that.
The marketing, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to the panel.
What's up?
Well, look, I find it very curious, like that all of a sudden they made an Instagram page that was done by the official Raiders account, not just some run-of-the-mill like fan page. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, for me, I'm thinking, why all of a sudden? Like, I'm probably off. It probably isn't going to happen. But isn't the Rams looking for an opponent next season in Australia?
The Rams?
Aren't they playing a game in Australia next season?
Oh, I don't know if they're playing in Australia. I haven't seen if the NFL.
There is a game pegged to be played in Australia next year.
Ooh, shit!
So it just seems awfully curious. Like all of a sudden, the official Raiders made an Australian account. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm off, but who knows? Maybe they're targeting to maybe make some footway into that Australian.
No way.
Yeah, they are. Actually, it does say they'll host an inaugural NFL game in Australia 2026.
Well, you already know you're king of the silver and black of Australia.
Well, that must
be that front fucking row. You know.
Well, that must mean that that game against the Rams is not going to be played in Vegas, because in 2026 it said the Raiders, that was supposed to be the Raiders' home game against the Rams.
Yeah, they'll end up taking away one team's home game when they do.
Like I said, maybe I'm probably way off, but who knows?
Yeah, because division we play in Frisco, and
that would be cool as fuck, though. Honestly, the Raiders in Australia, no lie.
It's probably because they're trying to save Devontae Adams' cars from being put on fucking jack stands in Vegas.
What?
Let some Raiders fans find what car.
I'm a damn jack stands. You can put that shit on cinder blocks.
Yeah.
Wait. Well, let some Raiders fans. Let some Raiders fans find one of his Lambos or something parked in the garage again for that game. Yeah, right.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't think Vegas gets down like that. Maybe if it was in Oakland.
And fuck Taco Bell.
What? Actually, you know what? You'd be surprised that I did see it.
I know there's areas in Vegas that are like that, but I'm saying the Las Vegas Raider fans aren't like that.
Oh yeah, no,
if that makes sense. Yeah.
Speaking of Oakland, did you hear the news that they blocked the training?
I did. I was actually about to put that up here. Yeah.
I'm so disappointed. So disappointed.
Yeah. Right here.
They said no to Napa.
Yeah. Hold up.
Maybe they still have memories of that fight with the Raiders and the Cowboys at training camp. Remember that, where the fans got involved?
Yeah, I remember
one of my favorite videos.
That was in was that in Napa or was that up here in Oxnard? I think that was in Oxnard.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Where the Cowboys train. Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, you're right. The plans to return to Napa for the Raiders training camp are unlikely. It looks like it was rejected. So the Las Vegas plans to return to Napa is now trending in an unlikely direction, according to Victor Fur of The Athletic. Pete Carroll mentioned last month at the Combine that he was planning to pitch an idea to have training camp, although it is unclear if the Raiders will have training camp in their facility in Henderson or head back to Southern California once again. Yeah, so that's the word right now, is that Napa's a no-go. So it's pretty, that sucks. That would have been cool to see, to go back up to Napa for another training camp. So right now we'll see where it's going.
Forgive me if I'm wrong. Sorry to cut you off. Napa's in Oakland, isn't it? Is my geography?
It's in it's up north, in the Bay Area. Yeah,
it's up north. Yeah, it's up there.
It's up north. Yeah.
Gotcha. And salute to On Six for the super chat. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah. They're he's up north. It's up north, so it's different. It would have been cool. I mean, it was when they had it here. It was cool because it was close, but it sucked that it wasn't open to everybody. If that makes sense, right? It was at a facility, like at a school across, like nearby. Newport's a fucking amazing area. Don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful fucking area. Weather was amazing, so it's perfect for that. But I don't know. It's just a little different. It was just a little different. And then make Zamir White a fullback. Sure. You know what? You can on Madden, bro. They can do all that kind of shit they want to do on Madden. They can even
get him off our roster. He does not need to take another snap as a Raider. 2.8 yards per carry, more fumbles and touchdowns. Get him out of here. I don't want to turn a project player into
They can even trade what's his face for a third round pick if they wanted to. Yeah.
Get him out of here.
But yeah. Oh shit, Mario's here. What up, man? MC Laker. Look, bro. You know what? You're right. You're a down ass Laker fan, so I won't even say nothing about it. MC is down for win or lose, like he is for the Raiders. And shout out to MC Raider. If you haven't gone on his YouTube, go on his YouTube. He went to the Santa Fe Spring Swap Meet, and if you're from LA, that's the fucking spot where people go hang out. A lot of Raider fans there. You go dance, old school music, and MC Raider was there with some other fans, and he was pop blocking it out with some other people while he was there. So shout out to MC Raider while he was down there.
He must be hating football life in English and in Spanish, huh?
Yeah. He's like James hinting about Tay's car. See, man, James is trying to get the people to go after Tay.
Hey, I didn't do it.
Right? Oh man, he said checked out the video of your last shows. Keep doing your thing, right? MC Raider. Yeah, he's doing his thing. Yeah, I was Oxnard. I knew it was Oxnard. What up, Real Talk Raider Nation in the house. What's going on, big dog? Make sure y'all
that's what the Cowboys practice.
War room. ¿Qué pasó?
That's where the Cowboys practice, or used to practice.
Yeah, that's where the Cowboys practice at Oxnard. Yeah, that's why there's a lot of Cowboy fans down here too. So the people who live in that area become Cowboy fans because they're so close to them. So then they become Cowboy fans and they invest it and they pass it on to their kids. All that sick shit, instead of letting them be Raider fans, they force them to fucking cheer for the Cowboys, and that's how that shit gets infested in Southern California. Yeah. But Nav man, my respect goes to Pat Tillman. Although he joined while in the NFL, dude was a beast in the NFL and chose to roll hot and gave it all up. So yeah, shout out, I repeat, to Pat Tillman for serving to his country, choosing to go serve. And it's true because a lot of players they do get that option, right? You can either stay
Yeah.
and serve, or you can stay in the NFL and play. And Pat decided to go back, so shout out to him. But yeah, Napa is going to be a solid camp. It would have been. You know what would have been cool about it though was, and I talked about this on Friday with the other guys. Did you guys see the new draft cap?
No.
So the new NFL draft packs have the city and the team, right? Los Angeles.
The cap. Right.
Hold on. I already bought mine.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
So what does it say?
Come in.
What does it say?
There's only one nation.
There's only one nation.
And the rest of the teams, it says their city and state.
Yes. Okay. Now it's funny the Raiders decided to do that with the NFL, and I'll tell you why. I have friends from the Bay, Vegas, everywhere, right? There's certain fans that refuse to wear anything that says Las Vegas on it. So the fact that they didn't put the city on it, to me, is funny. I mean, I don't like the hat anyway. I told Nate I don't like it, but I'll probably get it anyway just to have it for the draft. But to me, I think it's just funny that ours is the only one that doesn't have the city, and it says only one nation.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I bought that hat specifically because the draft's coming up, and I know we're going to be talking draft like real heavy in the next 3 weeks. So that's going to be the only hat I wear for those videos. But until the draft happens.
Yeah.
I used to buy the draft cap every year. They used to be my thing way back when I started being a Raider fan. But the last couple of years, even longer than that, they've not been good.
I looked that one up.
I liked the was it last year?
2021.
I think I got the 2021. I think I skipped 21 and 22 because I didn't like either of those. And I think I got the 2023 one only because I really liked that it came in this like charcoal gray, and I just really I liked how it had and I liked it had that outline on it. I thought that one was cool.
I know.
I thought it was ugly for the other teams, but I thought the Raider one was cool, so I bought it.
Yeah,
that was my favorite. The 2013 one.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. I like that one actually.
And they had Oakland under the brim as well.
Mm-hmm. Right here, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was rocking that in Thailand 2013 for New Year's.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's crazy.
He's a Zamir White, a fullback. It's all about the U. You know what? Since you're nearby, bro, we should get together for that Notre Dame Miami game. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Please.
That's
my guy on 6.
This guy. The hat is fire. I don't care what he says. We were arguing about that hat. It's like, yeah, it was a Cowboys practice, but we turned that place into silver and black. That's what really pissed off the Cowboy fans. And the players made it feel like we contributed to start the fight. I do remember watching that on TV, that they were talking about that fight. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing the videos and Daenerys Moore like doing like a high cross body over the friggin' pack when they're all scrimmaging against the wall. I lost my shit when I saw that. That was amazing.
Sal says that draft cap looks like the liquor store cap. Hey man, I've seen some pretty badass Raider hats at the liquor store, man. Don't front on those.
So the draft cap, the one that's has the little stadium pin, huh?
Yeah, it's got the little stadium on it.
It's a pin. It's not embroidered.
Pins on caps, yay or nay? I'm a big nay.
I am not a fan of pins on caps.
It's funny. I have a lot of hats that come with pins, but I don't actually put them on the hat.
Yeah.
A lot of Dodger ones.
I'll put a pin on a hat like every once in a while, but it's not like a all the time thing.
Yeah. I prefer patches over pins.
I will say I have certain hats though where it's just kind of like there's certain there's some hats where they just kind of need like something else to make it pop, and those are the hats I usually opt to throw a pin on every once in a while if I feel like it needs something else to make it pop.
I have a lot of Dodger hats that I bought from Hat Club, so a lot of them come with pins. Mm-hmm. So I have one that was the big league. I was the big league chew. Remember the big league chew from?
Oh yeah, I remember the big league chew one.
So that actually came with the little pin that had the big league chew on it.
I'm a big fan of patches on caps. Like this
Me
patch
too.
here.
The patches on
I
the
love
hat
this
is
patch
pretty dope.
being that like this is the 50th anniversary patch, and it's also the year I started being a Raider fan. So this is a very dear to my heart patch. So yeah, I'm looking for patches, but pins now. I'm good.
Look here, Young Buck. He said that's an old head take with no pins on the cap. Bro, it's just weird. Like the only people I would see with pins on their hat are like those Disney freaks that go to Disney and collect the pins?
Right.
Like,
Right.
yeah, that's the first thing that comes to my mind, bro.
I can't lie though, Leo. That is an old man take, bro. No pins on caps.
It's the
And I
only
have
take.
some pretty sick
Pins
ass
on
pins,
caps.
bro. I have a Madden pin.
For me, it's just the
feels
one that
weird
they
to
come
put
with.
it on my cap. It really does. It feels weird to
Yeah,
put it
no.
on my cap, bro. I can't.
Like I have different
computer
color.
crashed.
I
I'll be right
have
back.
different color Dodger hats, and they have the specific pin based off that release. But I just can't put it on. I just can't put it on. I just don't like to put it on.
What
speaking
about
of that-
metal things instead of have you guys seen the metal ones? You like the metal ones?
I got one. I got one of those.
Yeah.
Those are cool. I got a black one.
You got a black one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, all my Dodgers fans in here, shout out my Dodgers and Lakers fans in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, and LAFC fans,
Oh no, I don't know about that.
Oh,
one.
that too.
right?
No.
Right,
Yeah.
LAFC fan, bro. He's a LAFC.
Nope.
Is he frozen? He hasn't blinked.
He's trying. He's doing a staring contest.
Right? He is. Genius, bro. Oh, okay. He did freeze.
I guess right on to come back.
Yeah, exactly. See, I put pins on my lanyard. There you go. That's what I meant. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I got one lanyard that I collect some pins on, but I have a lanyard. Well, I have two lanyards that I got from the Allegiant Stadium tours when I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And so on that lanyard, those lanyards I put like the pins I put on there is I collect all the pins from all the games I've gone to. So all the game day pins from the games I've gone to, I just stack them up on those lanyards.
I see.
Just
There
like a
was
memento.
one other news thing I was going to bring up to you guys before we move on, and I wanted to see how you guys feel about this. And the only reason I'm bringing it up is because, one, I'm not a fan of this guy. I wasn't in college. What I am a fan of is what Pete Carroll did with Geno and how he fucking made Geno basically blossom into the quarterback he should have been, right?
Yeah.
So I saw this today, and I don't know how you guys feel. If you know me, you know how I feel about this guy. But so today, I got this report. The Las Vegas Raiders have scheduled a private visit with Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe. Now, if you follow a lot of people, a lot of different Raider fans, whatever, there's people that are fans of him. There's people that can't stand him. There's people that think we should take him with the 6th number pick, whatever. But there's plenty of support for Milroe and the Raiders organization, and there is a belief that his flaws are fixable. He'll be a prospect of interest for the Las Vegas on day 2 of the NFL draft. So as far as when it comes to Milroe, how do you guys feel when it comes to that?
I don't know.
So this is assuming, right? Obviously, this is assuming we don't take Shador first round. So I'm just gonna
assuming Shador got taken already. Yeah, stuff like that.
I'm gonna assume that we're walking out of this. I'm gonna assume we're taking first round. We probably took Ashton Genty, right? That's what I'm just gonna assume. I'm just gonna assume, and I'm already punching the fucking air and screaming at my TV at this point. So, Jalen Milroe, I'm okay with Jalen Milroe in the 3rd round, but if we're gonna take Jalen Milroe in the 3rd round, I would say maybe if we could explore the option of trading back in the 3rd, maybe a little bit farther to take him in the 3rd. You know what I mean?
The report says day 2, so that could be round 3 or 4. So depending on where he goes.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'll take Jalen Milroe over fucking Will Howard any fucking day. If it's Will Howard, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Okay. All right. What about you, Trona?
I'm not really a big fan of him in general.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at that point, you're like we said, you're saying Shadur's gone, Jackson Dart's gone. I'd rather take Jackson Dart in the 2nd round.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I agree with the trading back in the 3rd round. I would rather do it that way and not give up that early 3rd round pick for him.
Right.
Day 2's what? Round 2, 3, and 4? Is that what it is?
Rounds 2 and
Or
3.
2 and 3? 2 and 3, right?
Day
So you're
2,
talking
2
about-
and 3. Yeah.
Okay, so you're talking about
Third
the late-
round.
Yeah, you're talking about third round delay. I mean, yeah, we'll try to see if we can trade back for him. I'm not a huge fan of him. Never really been a big fan of those quarterbacks, but I mean, Jalen Hurts worked that out there, but he also was like Oklahoma, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But
What about you, AR? I know you don't say you know much about the college players, but I'm sure you've heard.
Yeah,
of Milroe,
I don't. I have heard of Milroe. He was the quarterback for Ohio State who just won the national championship with Chip Kelly, correct?
No, he's the quarterback from Alabama. Will Howard is the Ohio State quarterback.
See, there goes my knowledge about college
So,
prospects.
Milroe is
Zero.
a fucking physical specimen, bro.
yeah, he is. He's an
Runs
athlete.
4.3. He's fast like a
He's an athlete.
motherfucker. Has a
Here's-
cannon of an arm.
Here's
Right.
my problem with Milroe and his
But
cannon
can't
of an
throw
arm.
10 yards. Uh-huh.
Here's my problem with Milroe and his cannon of an arm is that his cannon of an arm just slowly just loses steam as it progresses in time. It's like when you light a firework, like one of them whistlers on fucking 4th of July, and it starts out super loud and it's just like until it's quiet. That's how I feel about Milroe, and that's my only issue is that he gets to that kind of realm where it almost seems like he's just running out of gas. It's like when it's like when you ran through your tank of gas on a road trip and you didn't stop in time at the truck stop.
My take on it, like, yeah, look, I'm unfamiliar with him and most prospects. However, quarterback, if the coaching staff see enough in him and believe that he has a higher ceiling than, say, any of the other younger cats that we have in the door, which is pretty much AOC, to be better and possibly develop into that guy, then no pick is too early for me. Like, you know, you gotta pull the trigger, but only if they feel that way, not if they feel like they're overreaching for the guy. I've said it quite a few times. Like, I feel like the time is right. The time is now to swing for a quarterback. We haven't done that early, even round 2. Well, round 2, the last one was Derek Carr, and since Jamarcus Russell, round 1. You know what I'm saying? That's nearly 20 years ago. So, look, I'm not saying AOC isn't that good, but I feel like we can find somebody with a higher ceiling than Aiden O'Connell. And that's where the direction I would like to go, but we will see. So,
and I think I share the same feeling you do, and I think it makes me feel better in the fact of the coaching staff that we have, right? Like I was saying, you look what Pete Carroll was able to do with Geno. Geno was a highly coveted fucking quarterback coming into the NFL. He got to the Jets, he was ass, right? Didn't fit, shit was bad. He sat behind people. Finally got with Pete Carroll. Pete got the best out of him. Now, if we have Geno now, if you draft someone like Milroe, you're not forced to start Milroe, right? Depending on how long this extension comes out or whatever, how long we extend him for, you have time to develop Milroe with the coaching staff of Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly, the quarterback coach, things like that to work with him. See, a lot of the knocks on Milroe too with his arm to what James was saying, but it's also his confidence. If you watch Alabama games, once shit starts going bad, it gets worse. He starts to really get into his head and makes things a lot worse. Whereas some quarterbacks will fuck up, bounce back, and start getting better, right? For Milroe, it's just like everything just starts collapsing around him.
Milroe
that's one of the biggest things on him.
He gives me that feel like you need to surround him with the talent.
I mean, in Alabama, he was surrounded with talent.
Yeah, no, but it makes me feel like he needs that to be able to. Like, if we don't have the talent around him,
right. Yeah.
I think you have to. He gives me that vibe where like you have to put good athletes around him to succeed. It's not like he can't. You know, sometimes these quarterbacks that are good will make it work with some decent talent, not necessarily super talent. But I think he gives me that feel like he needs to have that super talent to succeed.
Yeah. Jackson Dart, baby.
You know what would be wonderful though?
What's that?
Do you remember 2012? Remember when the Seahawks? That was the year they signed what's that guy? Matt Flynn to be their quarterback, and he was supposed to be the quarterback for their future. It didn't pan out. That was also the year where they took a guy in the 3rd round, Russell Wilson, and he was supposed to be the guy who sat. He was supposed to be the developmental guy, The guy outperformed Matt Flynn, and he would go on to be one of the better quarterbacks in the league as a Seahawk and play at MVP-like levels, lead them towards the Super Bowl. A lot of it thanks to their defense as well. But, you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that be nice if it happened again? But Geno Smith is supposed to be the veteran presence, and I'm cool with that. But if we bring in a guy who's that good right off the rip that he's not giving us a choice, we got to start him, and he ends up being successful, that would be a breath of fresh air.
And that is the one thing I do like about what you're saying, because I don't think Pete would be married to start the guy he paid. If in camp, whoever we get looks better than him, Pete wouldn't hesitate to start the better guy. He's done it before. Yeah,
Matt Flynn.
Yeah,
Russell Wilson.
You know, it makes it feel like one of those typical Raider picks where you can't teach how to throw. You can't teach arm strength.
Right.
Yeah, it feels like
you can't teach. You can, I guess, work on his mechanics on his short pass.
You can work on mechanics, or you can't teach his strength.
Yeah.
The strength, and if you can throw it out of the end zone, you can throw it. Yeah,
But,
that's what I'm thinking. It feels like that because I know he's a big specimen and he's got an arm, he's got a cannon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it feels kind of like that a little bit.
Yeah, but Milroe's got strength, but he's inaccurate as fuck.
No, he is. That's what he would have to work on.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. It feels like a typical Raider pick. Well, you can't teach speed. You know, you can't teach strength.
I'd rather
technically, you can fix it. You really can. But
honestly, I'd rather reach on Dart. That's my opinion, though.
So shout out to Navman Super Chat. Anyone that said the combine doesn't matter. Gabriel is now projected in the late 4th, 5th. Can't complete a pass with no defense. Get the fuck out of here. Was a possible late round first. And I think that's why people, when it comes to the combine, some choose to participate and some don't. Because it can hurt you. Right. It really can. You look about who looked bad out there. Will Howard looked bad at the fucking combine. You look at his pro day. His pro day was a lot better. So he kind of got some of those, negative talks about him out on his pro day, which is a little different. But Gabriel was one of those that definitely ended up hurting himself when it came to that. That is for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sometimes it can be telling, but sometimes, just because you light it up in the combine, like it doesn't necessarily translate to the NFL. Remember that offensive tackle back in, what was it, 20?
Bruce Campbell,
I believe. Bruce Campbell, the ultimate warrior when it came to the
ultimate
combine.
Warrior of
the
combine,
athletic freak as an offensive lineman.
Yes.
Some mock drafts were mocking him to go in the first round to us. We end up taking him in the 4th, and he would go on to be like a career rotational guy with other teams. He didn't do anything for us. But it just goes to show the combine isn't always the tell all be all when it comes to
it's not, and it's not.
Translates in the field.
We the people, what's going on? Our boy. Yeah, Gabriel's a late round pick for sure. Milroe has a pretty deep ball. Not a lot of quarterbacks can do. His short and intermediate passes can be fixed. Hard to teach the deep ball. I mean, yes and no. I think it goes both ways. To me, I think it's harder. You get those immediate ones. The deep balls, it varies. The receivers you have, the speed, can you time it? But yeah, definitely it would help if we had someone who can throw deep. But Michigan shut down Milroe in the bowl game last year. Yeah, he did. Both years. Michigan was without 3 of their 4 best defensive players. And I know that goes back to what I was saying earlier. What happened in that game, he started turning the ball over. Once he turned it over once, it didn't stop. It just kept getting worse and worse for him that fucking game. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Howard was a first-round pick. After his performance, he fell drastically. And I don't even think Howard was a first round in general. I think people put too much emphasis on, he won the national championship, so he should be one. The entire Ohio State, the running backs, the defense, the coaching, that had a lot to do with it as well.
They had a good game plan.
They beat the shit out of our fucking team.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but is he getting some of the same critics that say Jalen Hurts got when he entered the draft?
Jalen Hurts what?
I said, is he getting some of the same criticism as Jalen Hurts?
Who? Milroe?
Yes.
No. Hurts was a more different quarterback stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The thing with Milroe right now, he's getting a lot of he's like Anthony Richardson type.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's like, ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what you get a lot from him right now. Yeah. But I guess what they're saying, upside, he could be a Jalen Hurts if he was to correct those negative things. He could be a Jalen Hurts. Yeah. So I don't know if you that's would be like, oh yeah, we want Jalen Hurts type stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Dart.
We'll
I know
see, we'll
here he
see.
goes. This is the biggest Dart fan right here. Dart has a better deep ball. Does he really? Oh. Mm-hmm. I know you mentioned Dart right now, James. Dart would be the one you would want to look at.
Look, if we're not getting Sanders, I want Dart. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how they get Dart. If Sanders is off the board, I don't give a rat's ass how they get Dart. But they need to get Dart. I don't care. I really
agree,
don't care. I really don't care how high they draft him. I don't care how high they reach him. Just get the fucking guy and get it over with.
I left it in the car, but I don't have it on me. Yeah. Yeah, so did Jamarcus Russell. He won a ship. You know how that went. We know how that goes. Yeah, we definitely know how that goes. So, James, I don't know if you got to see the video I sent you, or if you guys watched Pete Carroll's interview over at the coaches meeting, the owners meeting. So they were interviewing him, asking him about Geno and stuff like that. But one of the things that stood out to me was they called him more of not so much of a coach, but more of someone who likes to build up programs, right? Like develop and create them. Because if you go back, he talked about his first stint in with the Patriots and how he failed. And then he got to SC and he built a program, built a successful program, came over here, got to Seattle, did the same thing. So it's one of the things that he's going to be known for. And I think that's what I'm hoping we get out of Pete Carroll, is that he's ever able to come to Vegas and change our culture, the way our team is run, the way we build and develop our own players, kind of create that program and do the same thing over here in Vegas with the Raiders. That's kind of what I want to see when the whole coaching names came out, when Ben Johnson, all that shit. So when Pete Carroll's name came out, that's why I was more for Pete, for that very reason, because I think he's proven that he can build a successful program.
I felt
he can do that here.
I felt the same way. I wanted Pete more than I wanted Ben Johnson. I mean, I thought Ben Johnson. Yeah. I thought Ben Johnson was the flashy, cool name or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I preferred. I felt more comfortable with Pete, because I feel like now you look at the team, right? Even just from where we were before free agency up until now, you look at the team even now, and you can look at it and be, okay, we lost some pieces. But we're not paying nearly as much money to some of these players, and we still have money to spend somewhat. So you look at it, and it's hard not to look at what Pete's doing. Yeah. It's hard not to look at what Pete's doing and say, and say we're not going to be at least a 9-win team. Right. If you ask me right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the way he's doing, and I think the way he's doing it too, and by bringing in these players like Roberts, like White, bringing back Holmes, re-signing our defensive line. Like one of the main things I caught out of the interview, I don't know how many people realized it, but if you hear what Pete Carroll was saying, Geno was the plan all along for quarterback.
Not this guy's back. Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, money check? Yeah. Hey, but he has a point though. If you can't throw short, then no.
Where's turf? Get turf.
Yeah, that's true. He's got a point. He's definitely got a point.
But yeah, I mean, Geno was the plan all along for Pete when it came to quarterback, and then when it became an actual reality, he was all in, and he had Spytek went all in with him. But yeah, I thought that was interesting that he wanted all in with Geno, and then the fact that his other main priority was to re-sign Max, and it was re-sign Max, bring back Coons, reestablish Butler, get that defensive line situated. I know it hurt that we let Spillane go. Hobbs was a big disappointment, being able to let him go as well. But yeah, I was excited about what I heard about Pete, how that was his main focus, was to get Geno and fucking and others over here. Yeah. He's like, I can't say I would be mad if he dropped to us in the second. Yeah. But clearly, many of our free agent picks created a nasty competition in camp, and I love it. And I think that's what Pete was getting at, right? And that's kind of been the emphasis all off season is competition. You're going to compete. You're going to compete for your positions at all levels. So, and I like that. So I guess that interview with Pete Carroll made me feel a lot better about the moves or the lack of moves when you ask certain people, right, that we've been making. And I see Geno as a bigger move than people realize. Like the fact that we don't have a question no more at quarterback. I think it's been answered. Would I like Sanders? Of course I want Sanders, right? Future quarterback. But at the same time, the fact that we finally have some shit like that. So, yeah.
It's definitely better than all these other cats who brought in their door, not named Derek Carr.
Right? Yeah. Like, and that's exactly to my point, Aaron. And that's what frustrated me the most about moving on from DC, right? Was that there was no plan. You talking about
Mine
we had
too.
Jimmy, fucking what was that other
Garoppolo.
Hoyer.
Brian
Garoppolo.
freaking Hoyer.
Brian
Gardner
freaking Hoyer.
freaking Minshew.
Gardner freaking Minshew, right? Yeah.
I'm right there with you, Cheeto. That was always my issue too. And my issue with like a lot of these players we moved on, like Josh Jacobs as well. It's not like I can make peace with moving on from these guys. Once a Raider, always a Raider, but you at least have a plan. You know, have somebody. Okay, if they're not the answer, who are we going to move on with them for? We moved on from Derek Carr for what? Jimmy Garoppolo, Brian freaking Hoyer,
right? Yeah,
Gardner Minshew. You know what I'm saying? Josh Jacobs. Who do we move on from him? Don't even get me started on that one.
Right. Yeah.
Once a Raider, always a Raider, unless you're Jimmy Garoppolo and Devontae Adams.
No, there you go and take it.
Well, my thing with that is that, like, look, all the players that come through the door, as long as I don't do anything detrimental to the Raiders, you know what I'm saying? Like they talk mad shit about the Raiders, or they start fucking up, like a Damon Arnett, like a Rolando McClain, and Antonio Brown. You know what I'm saying?
Devontae.
That's when it would be. Well, I'm not there with you when it comes to Devontae. At least he did some good things while he was here.
Right. I still remember
that's going to be my full stop rather than how it ended.
Denver.
I'm not going to New York. I don't want to go to New York. I'm not going to New York every week. I'm not going to New York. I'm not going to New York. Oh, hi. What's up, New York?
He said they were picking out of the clearance aisle. And that's what it felt like when we got Jimmy. That we were picking out of the clearance aisle at quarterback.
We were at Didi's discount.
Bro. Yeah, I would have rather stayed with Diddy than fucking bring in Garoppolo at that point.
We were at Didi's discounts looking for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But look, here we are now. At least let's look at the now. At least with Geno Smith, he's proved that he can play, and at the very least, he's a solid veteran presence. He's not going to be any less than that. You know what I'm saying? Which is much more I can say than these other cats that we brought in the door.
Yeah, and I think that's where I'm at too. And I think that's when we look at our off-season moves, that one's not being valued enough. Like, we really settled a huge hole on our team in that quarterback position, right? Yeah. You look at last year, all our quarterbacks were ranked in the bottom of the league. This year, we're going to start off with a quarterback who's ranked at least in the middle, all right? He's at least in the top 15 when you think about the quarterback play. A proven starter, not a backup who we're hoping is going to be a starter for us. You know?
A starter, definitely a starter.
Big fucking difference for me. Now, the other part is now we got to give him the weapons, right? He's got Brock Bowers. He's got Jacoby Myers. What else is he going to get? You know, we're going to build up that line for him, get him a good run game. You give Geno a good run game, a good line. You've seen what he can do. A lot of the shit last year was their line was worse than us, was worse than ours last year. Yeah. So just to see what he can do with that shit.
You're talking about the line. You're driving that Ashton Genty conversation. Here you go. Here we go.
Look, I'm not anti-Ashton Genty. I am not. I like him as
a first round.
Look,
he's just
I'm anti
six pick
generational and taking him at 6.
If we get Ashton Genty, I will root for Ashton Genty, but it will not change the fact that I will go to bed extremely pissed off that night.
To me, it's going to determine who's on the board when we take Genty.
But then again, I was pretty pissed off when we picked up Brock Bowers too.
I think a lot of people were because we didn't even
I could not understand what the hell we were doing when we did that.
Yeah.
Whether or not, however good you think Genty can be right from the rip, you cannot tell me Genty cannot give you more than 2.8 yards per carry.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
I'm sure right from the jump. And even better than those other scrubs we had in the door who's averaging, 3.2, 3 point whatever. I don't want no more 3 point whatevers. I want us to get someone who can give us at least 4 yards per carry, maybe better. And I believe that Genty can do that.
Genty, Hampton, right? Jenkins, fucking Scatterboot,
Hendrickson,
Neal. All these dudes in the draft are
draft 1, draft 2. I don't care. I want these guys out of here.
Running back that's not being thought about, not being talked about enough, in my opinion, for late round draft picks. Trevor Etienne.
Oh, my boy, me and you are on that one. Yeah, Etienne's brother.
That
he's in Georgia.
if we can, I would argue that if Trevor Etienne is there about 4th, 5th round, I would argue picking up him too.
And the crazy part is Etienne can fall to the 6th, damn near 6th round.
I would if he's there late rounds, I would argue I don't give a fuck if you got a running back. You draft his ass.
Yeah.
Draft 2 running backs this year. I don't give a shit. I'm not doing another season with the running back room that we had last season.
For sure.
No fucking way.
I need another running back jersey. I never bought the Josh Jacobs jersey.
and the other part, like I'm with you too.
I was waiting for him to sign to buy it. He never did, so I never bought it.
Who?
Josh Jacobs, remember?
Yeah, you were. John was waiting for him to sign and get the number 8, but he didn't. Yeah.
Anthony. So
yeah, I wouldn't mind Genty. My thing is at 6 because I think you can get it better value player at that pick. But then again, like I said, to me, it's going to be who's left on the board. Who's left on the board, and if we go with him, fuck it. We'll have our running back. Let's get some added interior linemen, a linebacker, receiver, all that other shit. And build this team around. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
Anthony
as it stands, with the roster, no matter what we do in the draft, like, do you believe we've got enough there to really push us over year one, or do you think this will likely be a transitional year where we're building towards becoming a team that can compete for a playoff spot?
I think we're building for the future.
Go ahead, John.
I think we're building for the future. I don't see us a playoff team this year. I think we can get close. I think for us to be a playoff team, we're going to have to come up high out of our division. Our division is tough. Our division is hard. So I don't see us as a playoff team.
Uh-huh.
Not this year.
What about you, James?
10-7, count it right here. 10-7. Clock it.
That's playoffs, right? That's a playoff record.
10-7, and we'll win our first round playoff game.
So we won't choke like the Chargers.
10-7, and we'll get eliminated round 2.
To what you were saying there, I think it could go one of either way. I think if our defensive line can play as good as we hope, and we get good play out of Geno, we can make a push at the playoffs. Do I think we can be a Super Bowl? No, maybe that'll take a couple years. But I also can't see the ladder where it's only 8 or 9 wins also because we're still building, because we're so young. I mean, we're really thin at linebacker, right? What's going to happen there? What's going to happen at the corner position with the slot? Is Jack going to be able to hold up at the number 2 with Ja'Cory at number 1? Do we get help for that in the draft? The stuff like that happen. The wide receiver room, how much did we improve that? How much help are we getting Jacoby and Brock Bowers at that point? Is the line as good as Pete Carroll thinks it is? Is his son going to be a good enough offensive line coach? Because he's the one who took over as offensive line coach. But I think it can be depending. To me, if we are a playoff team, it's going to be based on our defense, on that defensive line just being so disruptive that it keeps us in games and it creates opportunities for us to win. Yeah.
Right, and I think that we also need big jumps from our second, third year players. We're really going to need to hit it out of the ballpark with our rookies, because as it stands, our roster still has a lot of holes, and we're really counting on like our draft class to be that good that they're going to make that much of an immediate impact. You know what I'm saying, to push us over the top. Like that's wishful thinking for me, and I would I'll be as happy as anyone if we do.
Right,
we are where we want to be year one, but for me personally, I'm going to hold fast and just wait and see. I think it's going to take maybe.
Are you more confident?
I can live with that as long as we can show that we're trending upwards. You know what I'm saying? And not just like this when we were with McDaniels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are you more confident that we're a 2-3 year team away, or more over 4 or 5 years away from making some type of noise?
I would say 2.
Sorry, are you asking Super Bowl or playoffs?
Just to be a legitimate contender, like playoff, make a run possibly of the Super Bowl if we got out or whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
3 years.
3 years? Okay.
I got one for you.
I'd say by 2027. So was that 3 years?
2 years? 3 years?
2 years, the third year. We're just in a division that all three division, bro. It's every single team in our division made it but us. They all won double-digit games, and
they all got better.
and they all got better. So it's that you're looking at a really tough division. You're going to have to go out there and win some of those divisional games. Because you're talking about, I think Denver won 10, Kansas City won 15.
Mhm.
You know, the Chargers won 12, whatever they won. Those were all double-digit wins within one division.
We need a lot to go right year one for us to
that's what I'm saying.
Right from the jump.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like, I think realistically, I'm gonna give them time because we have the right infrastructure, we have the salary cap and the draft capital to turn this shit around. You know what I'm saying? We just got to get right.
Right. That's the other part. We're not in cap.
Might not be an immediate fix, and I'm making peace with that now. Hopefully, you're right, James. I do want them to win 10 plus games. I'd be happy as Larry, but
I would too. Yeah, exactly.
I will give them time, but they need to show that they're trending in the right direction.
The Raiders will make big time noise by 2026.
Would you say game time noise?
The Raiders will be making big time noise by 2026.
All right.
Like I said, clock it. We're going 10-7 this year, and we're gonna be even better next year. Clock it.
Got you. And
then when it happens,
I'm like a year. I'm like a year out from what
you know what I'm saying.
When next year we'll be 10-7, and the year after that we'll make noise.
When it happens, I'm gonna be here. Take my flowers. I'm gonna be here when it happens.
I mean, hey, I'm not. Hey, if it happens, I'm more for it. You know what I mean? I would love to sit there and see that.
Anthony has a question for you. So let me know what y'all think, panel and chat. I was telling my little brother and grandpa, I honestly feel like Mark is finally backing up and letting Brady and Pete Carroll do what they have to do. So Mark's taking a step back and letting the management team do what they need to do.
I can see that. We were talking about Brady earlier in the year, at the end of the year. About what did Queen Bee say? Well, let's see what Brady says.
Yeah, we got to see what Brady says.
And we had our show on Monday. We're like, we'll see what Brady says, and then AP was gone Tuesday, and then the other dude was gone Wednesday. We were like, oh shit, that was crazy. So we were like, okay, nothing happened.
Agreed.
I think he is. I think he's letting Brady go out and do his thing.
And I just want to remind
Spytek
the rest of my panel here and the rest of my chat members, Pete Carroll don't have losing seasons in the NFL.
No,
don't happen.
No, he did in the beginning of his coaching career, but not now.
That's exactly why we going 10-7.
Yeah. He did in the beginning.
We're to the point. I think Pete already has an idea. I think we're to the point now where I think we've acquired enough in free agency. We secured max. Honestly, I don't really think it's going to freaking matter who exactly our personnel is. I think we're going to make the 10-7. I mean, Derek Carr made it to fucking 10-7 with his goddamn best receiver being fucking Zay Jones. So,
hey, Waller was still on the team though.
Josh Jacobs, Hunter Renfrow, and his
best. Waller was on the sideline in crutches for half that season.
Hunter Renfrow was at his best, though.
Renfrow was at his best too. Yeah,
and Josh.
Well,
Josh Renfrow was as best as he was in McDaniels, but yes.
No, but I get what you're saying. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if they go out and do their thing this year, I'm all for it.
Commanders and look at the Chargers and the Broncos. Okay, 3 different teams. The Commanders, Jaden fucking Daniels, bro. Jaden fucking Daniels is just unreal.
But the Commanders were that one guy away from making that difference.
And they landed that fucking guy.
And they landed that guy.
They hit it out of the ballpark with the most important position in football.
Yeah, we're more than one guy. I think I don't think
the Chargers had pieces.
I'll be honest with you. With Commanders, I don't think Jaden has that same type of year with us.
No, because we were missing a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, if we would have drafted Jaden Daniels, he wouldn't have had the same year as he did.
We had Gitsy as our offensive coordinator.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like we wouldn't have been the same. So they were in a different position. They were waiting for that guy.
The dude we wanted to sign as our OC ended up with the Commanders, and
that's what they took. Yeah.
Hey, AP's horrible decisions became a blessing in disguise.
It was not only his too, but also fucking Tom's. Yeah.
Tom's, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were throwing it back at each other because even said it wasn't my decision.
They're throwing it back and forth to each other. That's his quarterback. Now I can start my quarterback. His quarterback second. Like, bro, you guys were never on the same fucking page.
You were on the same page. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, it all depends on who we draft. The draft is going to be huge. Yeah.
if we can draft a nice corner in the draft and move Jack Jones to the slot, we're cooking.
You want him to?
I don't know if I would.
Hang on a sec. You want to move him to the slot?
Yeah,
like a Nate Hobbs deal.
Yeah, I want to move Jack Jones to the slot because he
can't tackle very well.
You gotta be Nate Hobbs. No way. I'd rather put JB in there than fucking Jack.
Yeah, but I think Jack would have better opportunities at getting some turnovers in the slot because he's getting cooked on the edge way too often, brother. Like, I mean, he gets it on the short curl routes and he jumps some routes, but as soon as that guy goes streaking, that guy fucking runs ass naked right past him. 90% of the time.
Whoever we have in the nickel / slot, we lean on them to play that hybrid linebacker run support role, and that is not his game. I do not want him filling that void at all. No, sir.
Yeah. Nav man, we have the number 1 pick. Thank you for the chat, bro. We have the number 1 pick with Gino on our current roster. Who would you take if we have the number 1 pick and we sign Gino still? I'm a Shador fan, and y'all are gonna be shocked I say this.
You're still gonna pick Shador?
But if we have the number 1 pick,
Cam Ward. He's to say Cam Ward.
I don't want to say his name, bro. I can't. You guys go. Because then Aunt Six will never let me hear the end of it. He'll like clip this and be like, Leo said Cam Ward.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here for my boy. Say he's gonna say Cam Ward.
I'm right there with you, Cam Ward.
Yeah. James, if we have the number 1 pick,
the jet flying, limousine riding, dice rolling, Rolex wearing Shador Sanders all day.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
That would be tough. Mind you,
it don't matter.
I would really contemplate and think Abdul Carter.
Sanders versus everybody.
Because Abdul Carter is a nasty motherfucker, man. He's gonna be dirty.
Yeah,
you're talking about a defensive player that young and that good, and you have him on a rookie contract.
Oh, you miss Kiss stealing, wheeling, and dealing son of a gun, James.
They got the point.
Yeah, I forgot that part. Yeah.
It's
hey,
hard.
Man, when's the WWE gonna give my boy some more love? AR.
What's that, man?
Steiner's son.
Braun.
Yeah.
Hot take. He's all right.
Yeah, you know, like
but look, he's still young in his career. I still think he needs to
develop a little
more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, look. I mean, Scott Steiner wasn't like Big Papa Pump right from the rip.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was a grade A wrestler, Division I wrestler back in college.
Yeah.
He was still great as a tag team wrestler, but then it took him years to find that character. Like, that was 10 years deep into his wrestling career.
That's true. Yeah. So, I remember when they used to wear the whole Michigan jackets and all that shit.
Yeah, they used to come out with the wrestler thing.
With that fucking
back in those days.
Headpieces, yeah.
And it kind of happened organically because remember he turned on his brother to join the NWO, and then they changed his look to fit in with the NWO, and that's the look he rocked till his retirement.
That's the one I put him in.
Yeah.
My point is that I'm not willing to take a player first if you are not willing to do that at 6. But it changes though. If someone's available at first, you know what? Travis fucking Hunter.
Yeah, you could take Travis Hunter. Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter.
I never said Cam Ward. I said I thought about it.
I said it for him.
Right, Travis fucking Hunter. Yeah,
you can go Travis Hunter if you have Gino with the number 1 pick.
You don't like Travis Hunter, James?
I take Travis Hunter as a wide receiver.
I like Travis Hunter, but it's I don't know, man. There's something about I like Travis Hunter, but there's something there that makes me feel a little on the uneasy side about him long term.
A gut feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have that. It's just
what is
it?
His size? What is it?
So we go.
I just think His head's kind of already big, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You thought my take about the Pins was the old man take. These kids come in big headed, bro. They're already millionaires coming.
Oh yeah.
It's different.
The new NIL stuff has changed the game a lot.
Yeah.
I would say if Travis Hunter was there at 6, right? I would say we should take Travis Hunter at 6.
Oh, for sure. If he's there at 6,
sure.
we better not even think about it. Yeah.
For sure.
I would
But
definitely take that one too.
to take him number 1 overall, I don't know, man. It's just I don't know, man, about that, man.
But who cares, right? We don't have the number 1 pick, so.
But we don't have the number 1 pick. Yeah. And then to me, it's going to be about who's left on the board when we're at 6, right? Like that's going to be the most interesting part. Yeah. Because now you hear maybe the Giants can take Genty because they fucking fucked up letting Saquon.
Here's
go.
what we should. If we're gonna trade back, the team we should trade back who wants Genty, we should trade back with the Bears.
What pick is that?
Pick number 10.
Oh, that's not bad. I'd be cool with the 10.
If Sanders and Genty are still there together, I say you roll the dice, bro. I say you roll the dice and trade back to 10.
Rolling the dice because the Jets are right behind us, dude.
You know what? I kind of feel like the Jets are gonna go like offensive tackle.
Yeah. I don't know. We won meaningless games. That's why we don't have the number 1 pick. I will tell you this right now, Rose Town. I do not believe those fucking games are meaningless. Every fucking game means something to these players and to the fan base, right? So we don't go into these games hoping we lose for a number 1 pick. And that's just
I
don't know.
Let me ask you guys something. Genty, Sanders, Carter, Hunter, and Ward are all gone.
Yeah.
Trade back and draft Jackson Dart.
So Genty, Sanders, Carter, Hunter, and Ward all gone. What are you picking at 6, or what are you doing?
Nixon, Graham,
Dart,
Graham. Yep.
Don't care. As long as it's not an Alex Leatherwood type reach, that's all I care about. To be honest, look, I like I highlighted before, I haven't watched a lot of the film when it comes to the college prospects. Yeah. My knowledge on them isn't too great. However, from what I understand and what I hear, of all the guys in that top 10 range, if that's the move that the Raiders made, I'd be with it. As long as it's not like a type deal where they're reaching for some Joe Schmo, like Alex Leatherwood, who's not supposed to be in that mid-range of the first round, overreaching for some project guy.
Will Howard.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. You know what I mean?
Right.
As long as there's anybody in that top 10 projected range, I'm cool with it.
Okay. Man. And that's fair. And that goes back to what you were saying, with the Will Howard thing. If we were to take someone like Will Howard at 6, feel free to lose your fucking mind. Because he has no business fucking going at 6, right? The Bears have 2 second-round picks. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, I mean, it is a little different now.
The Bears pick what? 10?
10. Mm-hmm. And I think this is the other part. I mean, I really like this new regime. I really do. I got to watch the Spy Tech interview. I only watched the Pete Carroll one I sent you, James. And I'll send it to you too, Tron. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
but I got to watch the Spy Tech one. But Pete and Spy Tech will have a plan. And that's another thing I'm so sure of. And they know what the fuck they're doing. You know, I really feel these dudes know what they're doing when it comes to that. You know, when Pete said Geno was the plan all along, I was like, well, fuck. I thought it was just a joke because everybody connect every Seattle player to us when Pete came, right? Like, oh, they're gonna get him, and then boom.
I think Pete is respected enough that he can get more out of these guys. I think any other coach can too.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
I think that's gonna be a game changer for it. You know.
And then Navman, I would only trade back for picks now and next. And that's the other part, Navman. When people talk about trading back, to me, that has to be in play. If we're trading this year's, I want your fucking first rounder next year's. Like if you make that happen, then I will be for that shit, right? Because the next year we would have 2 first rounders.
I got about 10 minutes, Cheeto. Then I gotta bounce.
Yeah. But Geno, like overall, how you feel about Geno though? Are you believing it? Do you think Pete, or you think like this is going to be your answer? Because no, people are questioning the extension. He hasn't signed it yet, and then they were asked about it today, and they say it's in works. They just haven't came out officially yet to say what it is or how long.
Right. Look, they'll get it done. Just patience, guys. Patience,
Right?
They'll get it done. But look, like Gino, I said before when we were talking about it, like at the very least, he's going to be solid. You know what I mean? Like we know what we got with him. Is he my guy for the future? Ideally, I would like to have a younger cat, like someone we draft that we can groom. Who, I mean, look, the ultimate bullseye is we bring a guy in the door, like I highlighted before, like back in 2012 when the Seahawks brought in Matt Flynn and they drafted Russell Wilson, and he
They hit.
Yeah.
beat him out right from the rip.
Mhm.
Or even like with us, 2014, Matt Shaw was supposed to be the guy. But that was the year we drafted Derek Carr, and Derek Carr outplayed him, and earned that starting spot. And he was our starter for 9 seasons, whatever. But look, if that kind of scenario could happen, I'd be all for it. If not, look, we've got a guy who can be solid. Can he be good enough to get us into the playoffs or maybe further? Time will tell. We will see.
Right.
But I'm not against the move. That's for damn sure. Like I like it. Do I love it? Probably not, but I'm with it. He's going to be the guy I roll behind till, further notice, right?
And I think my thing with it is like the nation says that, but are we going to be patient? Like if we do draft a Shador or a Dart, something like that. Like if Gino has one bad game, are we going to start screaming? Put the rookie in, put in Shador, put in Dart, like like I think sometimes we get like that. When it comes to Raider fans or the nation, once we see a quarterback have one bad game or something like that.
Even more so if we draft a guy and he lights it up in preseason.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Especially if he lights it up in preseason, right? That was the other thing. Yeah. If he lights it up in preseason.
Yeah.
2-3 years,
we're not,
will be serviceable.
We're not much of a patient fan base. We want results now.
Right.
So,
yeah,
we'll
he said, I love you, bro. Aussie fan. That motherfucker knows what he's doing. Smart motherfucker. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. But man, that was crazy. I didn't know about the whole Australia thing. Now you're gonna have me looking it up. I didn't know they were gonna have a game over there.
I didn't say that.
They
have an NFL game.
No, not the Raiders, but the NFL in general was gonna have a game in Australia.
Right.
The Rams the Rams are giving up a home game to go to Australia.
I see.
So it'll be the Rams against somebody.
It's on the east coast of Australia. Like if it's not
the
Raiders,
Melbourne.
I don't care. It's still in Australia. You know what I mean? Like, look, if I can travel to the States to see my Raiders play in Oakland, I most definitely am going to be there when if they play in Australia. If it's any of these other teams, I don't give a shit. They can all get it. Like, I don't care. If it's my Raiders, I will be there front row. Chris.
If Gino fails, at least we have AOC the GOAT, bro. Stop. Let that go.
I think he's talking about the GOAT that can't run and freezes and he falls over.
I got a question. If we draft a quarterback, do you think that's the writing on the wall with AFC, or do you think we'll keep him around anyway?
I think the fact that we signed Gino is the writing on the wall already, and that we're looking at drafting one. Yeah. But even drafting one solidifies it even more that if anything, all you are is a career backup with us. Yeah.
Gotcha.
If that, yeah. AOC 12, 2025.
AOC shouldn't even be allowed to wear that number.
What, 12?
Yeah.
Oh man. I don't know. Do we even want to have that discussion about players being allowed to wear certain numbers?
The fucking disrespect. He went from number 4 disrespecting Carr to like even worse disrespecting a winner.
They gave him number 4. They gave him 4.
He was given number 4, if I'm correct. He was given.
I don't give a fuck. He should have asked for something else.
That was the McDaniels regime who gave him the number 4 for some
Which
reason.
I don't know. Maybe
as a Raider fan,
maybe it's because McDaniels thought they look related.
We don't retire numbers for that reason. Like that's different on our team, Like everybody that wears 24, I don't expect you to be Charles Woodson. Everyone who wears 32 I don't see Marcus Allen in you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, you come and then you give that number your name and what you're gonna do with it. And if we remember you for that number, then so be it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly. Jacoby Ford wore 12.
yeah, he did.
That's my guy,
You know?
Ford.
Yeah, I mean 11. The first number that comes to me now with Jeremy Chin is Janikowski. You know, Janikowski. I'm like, oh, is he gonna live up to Janikowski? Talk about a fucking kicker. You know, it's just different numbers to me. Is that once
he was our points leader for 1 year.
He was our points leader for 1 year. He really was. He was right. Or even when like I see a 34, like, ooh, are you gonna be Bo? Like, no, I can't do that to people.
Yeah.
Wasn't Sincere 34?
I can't remember what number Sincere was. I would have to ask his agent Turf. I just know that when he first came out, a lot of people were comparing him to Bo Jackson.
Oh God!
Yeah. Hey, get away from there.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Bo Jackson
Right.
hype that guy was getting even before he had a chance to get on the field after being on our roster for 3 seasons. Took you long enough.
Right.
I will give him that. Like at least when he did get his chance, he did well. You know what I mean? Well enough for me to say, okay, the guy can play, and I'd like to see him get a chance to compete with these other running backs that we bring in this.
Yeah, exactly.
Through the draft and even with the undrafted free agents. But I'm looking at all those cats that we've retained from last season. If they cannot beat at least 2 or 3 of these drafted, undrafted guys to earn a roster spot, and I'm even looking at Dylan Lobby, then they can all go. I don't give a shit.
I'm looking at Tommy Aguilar. Right?
Get Dylan Lobby out of there.
Linebacker spot, bro. On this roster, something's fucking wrong. Yeah.
Get Dylan Lobby out of there.
I'm not on the Dylan Lobby train yet, but like at the same time, like he didn't show me nothing outside of a decent return last year. And like I keep saying, with these rookie sophomore years, there's a bare minimum that you've got to be able to bring to the table to retain a roster spot. I don't believe in that. Oh, because we draft a guy, they get roster scholarships. Well, look what happened with Byron Young last season, right? We drafted him in the 3rd round, 2023. And the guy didn't even beat out Matthew Butler, another guy who's struggling to get on the field. You know what I'm saying? So
mind you, that was the wrong.
That notion that just because we draft these guys, it gives them a guaranteed roster spot. No, you got to do
that. Was the Byron Young that was the wrong one, right?
Yes, the Byron Young that was the wrong one. But my point being is that like if these draft picks cannot do the bare minimum and play well enough to deserve a roster spot better than these other younger cats that we bring in the door, then I'm sorry, you guys can go. I don't care what you drafted.
See, and another number 24. That's another one. And I get it when they do take the numbers. Like I remember seeing when someone took 24, they told Willie Brown, like, I'm gonna do justice by wearing this number because of how great you were wearing that number. Like shit like that's cool. Like I respect shit like that, right? But then at the same time, like 69 is Adam Butler. It's Adam Butler, right? Would y'all let Genty could come in rocking whatever he wants, bro? It's like I said, you come in, you rock whatever, and you give that number your own thing. Lynch for 24. Yeah.
If Lynch can rock it, then look, as long as I get you, like we don't retire numbers, but like at the same time, there is that kind of like, especially with the number 2-4, that for me is like there's a legacy.
Oh yeah. What is it? That legacy, that stigma, kind of like you gotta
that comes with
something
right.
Yeah.
And then when Peters was
Peters award, Marcus Peters kind of
when Peters wore it, a lot of us were like, man, you don't deserve that 24.
No.
Yeah. Year of the Zeus. You just want to get them all riled up, don't you?
We already had this debate.
We already got that part out.
I already had my rap, but I even he kind of felt the wrath of Afakazi the last time we shared a panel because Jason suggested we move him to fullback, and this is
funny. I had to read the whole thing and get the whole thing. If I think we should trade for DC, eat the cap hit for Gino, and take his salary cap hit. If you think I'm serious, something is wrong with your brain. Okay, I don't think you were serious. I just saw a trade for DC. I'm like, wait, now we're gonna start that shit all over again, right?
Horrible.
Yeah. No, Chaz Schilling wore 81. I remember that. That didn't sit bad with me. Chaz Schilling for what he was.
Huh? Yeah, Chaz Schilling.
No, Glass Schillings.
Glass Schillings.
Glass Schillings. That's what they used to call him back in the day. Glass Schillings.
Yeah. I mean, he was Schillings. I like them. It's like I said, there's certain players that they won't be remembered much in the NFL, but they will by Raider fans.
He was fantastic in Madden. Catch in the red zone.
Him, Taiwan Jones was fantastic in Madden. Yeah, Marcel Reese,
Mike Mitchell. Mike
Marcel
Mitchell.
Reese.
Mike Mitchell was badass. in
An
Madden.
all-world safety to use him.
Yeah.
Fast, could hit.
Yeah, no. It was definitely different when you do the Madden thing.
Right.
Yeah, Abram wore 24. He did wear 24. Yeah.
Oh, he did.
I'd take Abrams' tenure as a 24 than I would Marcus Peters. Though.
Oh God, yeah, for sure. Oh man, 100%. I would do that. Yeah.
Michael Peters was horrible.
Michael Huff was a 24.
Huff, he was. Yeah.
Huff was a 24.
Yeah. Huff was a 24. Yeah.
You need to put some respect on Michael Huff's name.
Yeah.
Respect my boy Michael Huff.
He said, "Respect my boy."
Put some respect on Michael Huff's name.
Right?
Michael
Second
Huff.
team All-Pro 2010, 5 interceptions. Come on.
Right. Mm-hmm. So real quick, a couple things I want to remind people. Are you still good? AR, you gotta go. You're cool.
I got. I'll finish what you're saying, and then I probably gotta.
No, I was just gonna start sharing a lot of the promos. If you want to shout out what you're doing, what you got going on before I do all that stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, firstly, so thanks for having me on the panel, Cheeto, James.
Oh, anytime, bro.
Appreciate you.
Anytime.
Most of the guys in the chat feed, I recognize they all rock with me anyway. But if you don't, like, if you just type in Afakazi Raider, that's AFAKASI Raider, you'll find me. I do a lot of. I've been taking the foot off the gas of the Raider content of late because it's been a little slow. I'll start getting active again around the draft period and then when the season starts. But as it stands, I'm doing a lot of gaming. I rock with a lot of the guys in the chat feed, like me and Jeff. We had a Tecmo Bowl stream. Me and the shout out to Jerry, Charm, Alfredo. I'm not bueno. I'm missing somebody. Ray. We've been getting together, playing some Marvel Rivals together. So I commune with my Raider brothers and sisters, like on the gaming side of the field. So if that's your thing, if you're into gaming, I'm also doing that. But that's my channel right there. But it's not about me, it's about Cheeto. Thanks for having me on, gang. Appreciate you.
Hey, thank you for coming by, brother. Nice seeing you again.
Yeah, thank you for stopping by.
Yes.
Oh, my bad. I forgot LV Rated 10.
Hey, anybody in the chat that plays Xbox, Madden ass whoopings available.
Oh, there you go, Nate. I'll get James' information.
What'd you say?
You can add him to the Madden festival.
Madden
on the Xbox.
Cheeto, where was this energy? Remember when I first met you, I was playing Madden on stream daily, and I was winning a lot. And I was calling out anyone, can somebody play me? Nobody wanted to play me. Now, fast forward, when I've been retired from Madden for 2 years now, like everybody wants to play everyone. It's just like, where was this energy when I was calling out names?
Right. We needed new people on board, apparently.
Next season, I'll be back on the Madden train. That's for damn sure. So.
See you there. I'll be waiting for you at the top.
All right, you be waiting for
me.
It's got
crushed. There's a guy who accepted the challenge, James, right there. He said,
challenge accepted. Surely,
challenge accepted.
Surely you can put someone to the sword who's not even from your country, and it's not even my national sport.
AR has an OnlyFans page, I heard.
Well, it's hard to be humble when you look this good, right? I'm fucking with you. I'm not like that.
You're not at all. I know you're not.
Anyways, gang, I'll take care. I got to get going. So,
all right, take it easy, brother.
All right.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Madden all day. Whoever wants can get it.
I actually just got my capture card. So I'm gonna hook up the Xbox. I'm gonna connect this. And then I'll be joining y'all. We're going to do a Madden franchise league. So I'll get your shit, James, and we'll add you to that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
You doing the franchise? Yeah. And do I got to go get one now? I got to go get one now.
Yeah, dog, the friend. I'll show you where I got the capture card, Tron. I wasn't that bad.
Hey, I'm landing. I'm using Derek Carr as my QB all season.
Oh shit! That would be fun. Yeah. Yeah, the founder from Down Under.
I'll use Derek Carr. I'll use Derek Carr or Jarrett Stidham for the whole franchise.
I used to play a lot with Chris for Protect the Shield. He's really good, but we would alternate. I would use AOC and he would use Minshew. Yeah. Or even when we played last year, was it Was it Jimmy and AOC? We would alternate too. Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy and AOC.
Yeah. But we definitely got to set something up that would be fun.
Jimmy G in Madden is rough. He's got his release is so slow.
Yeah. So real quick before we get out of here, I have a couple things I want to share with y'all, some stuff that's coming up. Let me start with this one. So this one right here, this one's my shout out to my boy Raiders Against the World. So this one right here is Raiders Against the World is proud to sponsor the 4th annual Autism Awareness Community Event hosted by the Old School Funk. Mark your calendars, April 13th. If you're in the Norwalk area, please attend. He will be there in attendance. This is a free event. Amazing opportunity to come together, support the autism community while having fun and see what you can look forward to. Sensory stations, reptile shows, food, vendors, barbers, giveaway games, and so much more. So Old School special guest, Old School Becky from the Art LeBeau Show. And then, of course, the Raiders Against the World is going to be there as well. So that's one of the ones coming up. Man, there's so much stuff coming up. It's crazy, dude.
Like we have, you get the draft about to come up. Things are just start opening up.
Yeah, the draft is coming up. When's the draft, bro?
April 24th.
April 24th. Look at that, right? And then another thing from our boy from Raiders Against the World. Last year they did a thing at the beach, over in Hermosa Beach, and he's gonna do it again. So of course, right here.
So whatever. What's going on? We still on?
What happened?
What happened? Are we? What's going on?
I'm loading it. Hold on.
Oh, I was like, we were quiet.
Oh, because I'm trying to put it on here. Espérate.
There you go.
Yeah, because I gotta find them first. Yeah.
City is back up. It's a month we outside.
You're getting a strike for that in the morning.
I will. I know I will. It's okay. I'll take
What up, Raider Nation? Right
this
here
is what I wanted to see.
State Beach. Just checking it out, man. We're having our event. I said July 26, 2025. It's going to be the same pace as it was last year.
You come up for that one, Jonah.
26, July 26.
The stage is getting remodeled. Hopefully,
Yeah.
we're trying to get the stage, get a couple bands out, you know, and a live DJ will get the event, kicking off. Everybody can put their dancing shoes on and do their thing. Being all Raider Nation together, every city, every club is welcome. I said, let's do this. Back this Boca Chica State Beach out. All Raider Nation, all love, all unity, man. So let's do this. Raiders Against the World.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, Rosetown asked the question if you're going live for the draft.
Where is it? Who did?
Rosetown Native 707.
Oh, go ahead and so I figured this out. Y'all can answer some of the questions that'll help out. But so the plan for me was to go. Who's Raph? Bro, you don't keep calling me Raph. You know I'm not Raph. The dude is for real. If he pushes the channel, I am there, no doubt. But yes, I love pushing all the channels. We'll be going live for the draft. So here's my thing when it comes to the draft. James, I don't know what you're doing, but my plan was to go to Green Bay with MC Raider. He's been really busy with work, so I don't know how that's going to pan out. And if I do go, it's only for day one, and then he wants to come back the next day. So day two, I wouldn't be. So if I do that, I'm either going to fly from Green Bay to Vegas to meet up with this fool, with Chona, and maybe 8:05, find somewhere to do a live for day two. If we do some shit like that, I'll invite you, James, obviously, if you want to join. I don't know if you plan on going live anyway on the day of the draft or day one. I know a bunch of the content creators do go on live and in the draft.
I mean, it's pretty hard for me to get out to the draft because since my son's kind of young, I'm working on some stuff for him, trying to get him to his first game in Houston.
Yes, I remember you were
Yeah.
talking about that. Yeah.
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 So he's kind of young.
That's
So I'm
good.
probably not.
It's good.
I'm probably not gonna do that. But I mean, I understand going live for the draft. Me though. I'm more of a guy. I gotta let the draft happen and then come and let it like sink in. I gotta like
you gotta let it do its own thing.
Yeah, I gotta let it sink in, and then I come on the pod, so that way I don't make an ass out of myself. Because there's sometimes where I'll think a pick is so ridiculous, and I'll just be screaming in the damn microphone. I don't think anybody
That's
wants to hear that.
fine, bro. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's the whole point of the draft is getting all excited for it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, bro. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the whole point of the draft. That's the whole,
Yeah, that's the whole thing,
you can show the emotions of when they pick someone like Brad
trust me,
Bowers and nobody agreed.
If I had a camera last year, bro, Turf, the ultimate Raider fan, if you don't know who that is, right? He's one of our dudes that we walk with. Shout out to TRS and my boys. This motherfucker was livid that we drafted Brock Bowers. Like to the point where he's like, I need someone to hug me. He was so torn, bro. We went to go eat and he was still bitching about it. And MC Raider was like, bro, why are you still crying about it? Like, I'm trying to eat. And fucking Turf was just like livid, bro. I wish I would have recorded him. It was fucking hilarious, man. So getting people's reactions like that is funny. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah. See, that's the whole point of the draft. You get to see people's raw emotions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll do.
That we were gonna plan on going. See, they plan on going live. So Jeff, Nate, and them will go live, right? And then here's the other one. Shout out to my boy Lorenzo or the Raiders Crusader. This is the big one in the summertime. This is called the Raider Kickoff here in Bakersfield, right? This one is here.
Yep.
We got player autograph. Jeremy Chin has already been verified as the one who's going to be there doing autographs. So the Raiders welcome Las Vegas starting safety, number 11, Jeremy Chin, to this year's Raider Nation. You can get your tickets at summer kickoff at eventbrite.com. It's going to be in Bakersfield, so I hope to see y'all there. I will be there in attendance. 805 is going to be there as well. They're also going to have games for kids this year, so if you want to bring the kids, bring the fam. Chona, we're going to bring Noah. Noah will be there with us, bro. So Noah's going to come along.
That works.
Yeah, so that's May 17th in Bakersfield. If you can make it out there at Sam Lynn Stadium, make sure you check that out as well. But yeah, man, it's going to come up quick. We got the draft. We got these events coming up. Like it is insane, bro.
I'm curious to see when that Houston game is going to be. I know for me, I don't know what your guys' plans. I know when I go to Houston, though, I'm planning to probably. I think I'm looking at probably being there by Thursday.
Damn, like that.
Yeah, well, you know what, bro? They got a lot of stuff to do. They got a lot of stuff to do for kids.
You know what? I ain't never been in Houston, so I probably wouldn't. I say that now, but knowing my ass, I won't be opposed to it, huh, John?
Yeah, no, it's something we might do. It's something we probably might do as well.
So they got honestly, bro, they got like zoos and aquariums and like NASA fucking centers, all kinds of shit. I was kind of surprised.
That's the point with Houston. It has all the NASA stuff and things like that. So if you want to go
does
out,
it?
It's got greenery too.
And you know how if it's anything like New Orleans, you got Raider fans all over the spot.
And they have a fucking and they have a fucking In-N-Out. Believe it or not.
You sold me on the In-N-Out.
They have an In-N-Out, bro. I live in Texas. I got to get In-N-Out every chance I get, bro. So I was like, man, they have an In-N-Out like 30 minutes from Houston. I'm there.
First and foremost, hold up. I want to recognize this. Like, yeah, you're right, bro. Nav, man. Everyone out there, I am sick to the core watching veterans go down the rabbit hole. All veterans, if demons show up, I got you. Same name on IG. Same goes for following James. If you follow James, you can hit him up. You can follow me as well. You can hit me up on IG as well. Veterans, we got to stick together, watch each other's back. I, too, am sick of seeing it. I've already lost a couple of shipmates that aren't here anymore because of mental health. So, first and foremost, I do appreciate that for sure. Mm-hmm. So then this next one is one that I will be doing. I will be in attendance. This one is up in the Bay Area, right? This one right here is in the Bay Area. So Can you guys see it?
Big schedule.
Yeah, bro, I do. I do. This was in NorCal. NorCal Raider Nation annual barbecue going down on May 3rd. Come join us, family-friendly barbecue with DJ Bento spinning the hottest jams. You get a car show and voting, the best prize. We'll have a raffle, adult children games. Bring the family. RSVP at eventbrite.com also. And there are also, if you follow the link, there are hotel accommodations. And for this one, make sure you follow Raiders Travel Brigade. Raiders Travel Brigade, Reno, Nevada. And then there are the ones that will be super fans in attendance. Senior Raider will be there. Via will be there. They have an itinerary. If you get there since Friday, they're going to have trips to San Francisco, things like that. And then one of the cool parts, too, is that on Sunday, if you're from Oakland, we're going to go to San Leandro. They're going to go to Ricky's. And if you've ever been to Oakland, you went to games up in Oakland, you remember Ricky's, right? Ricky's is one of the famous spots up there. So if you can make it up there on May 3rd, right? Go follow Raiders Travel Brigade, and you can get more information on there as well. Go on my page. You will see that as well. But yeah, bro, it's pretty busy. May's going to be busy. So April, I'm going to be making a lot of merch, pushing out a lot of shit to sell. That's why I got those jerseys. That's why I decided to raffle one off. Chona's going to join me in Bakersfield. 805 will be there. I wish you were closer, James. That'll be fun, bro.
Yeah, for real.
One of those events. Yeah, but I'm
familiar with those areas too. I miss going to those areas.
Yeah. Like even the beach thing. That's what I'm saying. Chona's only a couple hours away, or he could even fly up here and I would pick him up. We could go to the beach, and do that one. Yeah.
I'll be out there tonight.
Yeah, so it's definitely let's get lit. I'll be there party. So if you saw 805 on the live, how he got when we signed Adam Butler, y'all ain't seen shit. Y'all want to have fun for real? Kick it with this dude. 805 is a riot in person, bro. In person, right?
805 getting kicked out of the circuit.
Yeah, something like that. He said, "Where's the flag?" Oh man, my man, where's the flags in Iowa? He's like, I start some kind of Raider chapter here, but I like it'd be like me and two 90-year-old dudes. I know the Black Hole put something up on their site about different chapters, so I don't know if you want to go to the blackhole.com and look something up. Where's the flag? There might be something near you in Iowa, though, for real. Yeah.
If you need some more information, if you don't feel like going to the Black Hole website, you can you can send me a DM. I could probably point you in the right direction.
Yeah.
That works too.
So I'm pretty sure I've left some stuff out, but as that comes up, I'll be putting more stuff out on my IG or on the channel. James, thank you again, bro, for tuning in. I appreciate having you on here. Queen V will be back shortly. She's having computer technical difficulties. You know, some of us who are on our latter age require our children to fix our computer, apparently.
Tell her to stop downloading from LimeWire. Stuff is
right. She's waiting for her son to fix the laptop so she can come back home. Yeah. But as usual, James, I don't know if you want to share anything you got going on, anything you want to say to everybody before we head out.
Not too much to say. Just everyone. Shout out to everyone who was on the Raider fan cruise here this past week. I heard it was a lot of fun. So if any of you guys attended the Raiders fan cruise or know anyone that did, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys. And I'm just ready, man. All of us fans, it's time for us to unite, get together, get the game back together. You know what I'm saying? Draft's almost here. It's time to ride. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. We got that coming up. Yeah, now I'm gonna get excited for the draft as it comes coming by. I really hope. Hopefully, I'll see MC Raider tomorrow. I'm supposed to see him tomorrow, so I'll clear some shit up with him. But where's the flag? Also, if you don't have IG, bro, leave a message in the comments about how we can get a hold of you to give you more of the information. Some of us are also on Facebook, so Facebook is another way to be able to reach out if you don't have an IG. Things of that nature. He's like, I'm always prepping people. It's gonna go down for sure. I don't know if they're gonna have a bus. Last year they had a bus from Vegas to Bakersfield. So 805, I don't know if you guys are gonna do that again or not.
That's right, they did have the bus, huh?
Yeah, they had the bus. Ask 805 about it. He had a lot of fun. Yeah, he had a lot of fun on that bus. But he's like, Leo, don't get too excited. I would. I know. If you see me out there, of course, say hi. Like I said, it's a family event, so I will have the nephew Noah, the up and coming Raider fan. He's a diehard.
The one we converted. You gotta need to know about that.
Converted him. His dad's a Chiefs fan, James. My nephew Noah.
Oh, really?
He was a Chiefs fan, bro, and I converted him to a Raider fan.
His dad's like an old school Chiefs fan. He's been a Chiefs fan since as long as I know him.
He said, "Leo, pick me up. Where are you located, bro? If you're on the way, I'll pick you up."
The fact that we took his boy from him, he was like,
"Yeah, that one hurt, bro." The fact that we took his son. That's his boy right there. Yeah, that's his boy. He said, I was going to see if I could carpool, but a bus would be sick. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But once again, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for becoming the members. Those of you who got gifted the membership, you will be added to the raffle. We'll keep it going this week. Adding more names right now. It looks like we got about 10, 11, 12 names on there. So we can keep going on. Once again, become a member. Only $2.99, get you in there. I'm not sure if I'm going to have my show with Rundown tomorrow. We're going to try and do that. State of the Nation with Rundown. He has been really busy. So if you don't follow Raider Rundown, he was just on earlier talking draft with some other content creators. He was on with Homeboy from The Tape Don't Lie over the weekend. Great session. If you don't understand film or want to know more about draft players, watch that. I really suggest that to you. Wednesday, of course, my fellows will be on here. Just Raider Baby will be on there. Las Vegas Raider 10 will be on there. And of course, my boy New England Raider Jeff, they're going to hold it down on Wednesday because your boy will not be on because I'm going to be at the Dodger game. It'll be my first Dodger game this season. So I'm going to go get that Ohtani bobblehead, bro. So I'll definitely be there. But the boys are going to hold it down on Wednesday. Make sure you tune in, and then I'll shoot up every now and then on the show and drop some videos as well. But appreciate everyone for coming through. James,
all right, guys, thank you.
Pleasure. See y'all next week.
Time to go watch the rest of the Dodger game.
Yeah.
I'm watching the Laker game right now, but I'll switch over to that one too.
Finish watching that Dodger game too.
6-0 right now.
Everybody.
All right, guys.
Just win, baby.
Look, check it out. All black with a hoodie, snapback, really snap on. Long white socks, me mugging like I'm King Kong. With them all black Chuck Taylors. West side and this bitch yelling Raiders. Thuggin', cause we know with it. Motherfuckers like y'all suck, but we don't give a fuck, nigga. We deal with it. Jaw jacking, getting nigga fucked up with the quickness. Parking lot squabbles, giving nigga the business. Shh, quiet, the fuck you mean? We yelling Raiders, bitch. Like fuck your team, you wanna talk your shit. Get sad like Scream Stadium, take off, nigga. Homicide scene. Oakland to LA, LA to Oakland, Las Vegas, Sin City, steady smoking. Raiders looking to get another ring like fuck y'all haters, nigga. Y'all know me. We yelling Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. With it, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. With it, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck.
With so much drama in the big LV, it's kinda hard being Yaya or end up C. But I, somehow, some ways, keep dropping these Raider hits like every single day. May I sip on this Henny while these haters pay attention and my name stay bitchin'. I'ma stay G'd up like a silver feed up and tucked as a burner just in case it eats up. But I'm humble, 10 toes down to never stumble. Keep doing Raider music, imitating, never double. It's like everywhere we go, it's like the same old shit. Here Raiders just suck, y'all can suck my dick. It's a nation just to prove, no need to consume, win, lose, or tie. Raider Nation keep moving, top to the bottom, bottom to the top. It's Raider Nation all day till the casket drop.
We yelling Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. With it, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. With it, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Welcome in this bitch like nigga, what's happening? With whiskey in my cup, turned up, Raider Nation hella active. Watch what you say, watch the yapping, nigga. Don't get your ass kicked. We bout that action. I'm a goofy nigga, but I ain't no goofy nigga. Fuck around and find out he's doing a two-piece nigga. Everybody knows me soon as I hit the scene. They like Raiders, bitch, nigga, fuck your team. Champions Club, I am the one. VIP access, we do what can't be done. I do what I do, nigga, that's on the daily. Talking hella shit, give a fuck if they hate me. Only one nation, Raider Nation in the town.
evident. Any other nation is irrelevant. Commitment to excellence. Just win, baby, is what we telling them. Shout out to the nation. You know I had to represent. Yelling Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up. Like Raiders, bitch. With your 2 niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up. Like Raiders, bitch. With your 2 niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck.